Hi, Shalin. First of all, congratulations on your YLP admit. It is one of the toughest programs to get into. What was your first reaction when you first saw that email?
Hi, Prashant. Thanks for having me here. So the first reaction, obviously, it was a moment of elation for me because it being my dream program for the past 1 year, when I saw the email from ISB that, yeah, you're selected, and that was, I think, at 11:30 in the night, I jumped out of my bed and I, banged my parents' door. Okay, I've got into this program, and everybody was so excited. And yeah, it was a moment of great delight for me. So yeah, I was over the moon, to be honest. And the hangover lasted for the next 3 to 4 days. And I was like telling everybody, oh my God, I've got selected. Yeah, it was a very happy moment for me. Yeah.
Perfect. Shalin, can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Definitely. As Prashant has mentioned, my name is Shalin Bhansali. I'm 21 years old and I'm based out of Mumbai. I have done my bachelor's in accounting and finance from Narsi Monji College of Commerce and Economics, which is also in Mumbai. But yeah, that's a bit about me. And currently I'm working at JP Morgan Chase & Company in the Treasury Solutions department. And yes, that's about my professional experience as well. And I plan to join ISB in the year of 2024. Yeah.
Understood. And when exactly did you decide that this is the right time to apply to YLP?
Yes. So when I was in the third year of my college, which is my final year, in the month of Jan or Feb, I believe it was Feb 2021, that was when I heard from one of my family friends who's an academic counselor that this is a very good program to apply to, in India at least. So I said, okay, I read about the program on the website and other sources. So I found this very good. I mean, obviously one of the top B schools of the country and a great structure in terms of the required work experience than the 1 year at ISB. So that's when I decided to apply around February or March 2021. Yes.
Got it. Now I want to come to your application process.
Right.
Do you remember your essay prompts?
Yes. So the essay prompts are divided into 2 stages primarily. The stage 1 and the stage 2. Stage 1, you have one essay which you have to write. It's based on describing an incident which had an impact on you as a person. That was the topic for the first essay. And in the second stage, the essay was more about what your long-term goals are and how an MBA at ISB will help you achieve those goals. So these were the 2 prompts for my essay.
So Shalin, how do you think your interaction with Jamboree's admissions team help you in this process?
Right. So my interaction with Jamboree's admissions team started after my stage 1 ended. Right. For stage 2 and 3, I was with Jamboree. I think the biggest value addition I have taken out of Jamboree is A, for the essays and the professional evaluations which were written. Because I feel that when students like me or any student writes an essay, it has a very raw touch to it, right? It needs some fine tuning and a lot of edits need to be made. I think that's where Jamboree came in. I worked with Aparna ma'am specifically for that. And there are specific points which you need to include to get the attention of the admissions team. So I think that's where Jamboree, chipped in a lot, and that's been the biggest value addition from Jamboree in terms of your long-term goals, connecting them to the program at ISB, what particular features of the program are appealing to you. So I think the entire holistic appearance of the essay was due to the professional help I received. And I realized this towards the end of the process when I compared my first draft with the final output. And I could see a very stark difference between the 2 of them. So that's when I understood the true value of having professional advice, when you're applying to MBAs.
Understood. And how was your interview experience with ISB? Was it a stress interview or was it a pleasant one?
So no, my interview was not a stress interview. It was a really pleasant interview. In fact, I would rather call it an interaction rather than an interview, because we were just having a normal interaction about my profile, basically what I've done since my school, college, and my internship. So majorly the questions revolved around what I have done in my internship. I had a 10-month internship, right? So they were discussing about that, and I also had quite a lot of college level leadership experience, college festivals and all that. So they asked me as to what my exact role was, what kind of work did I do, what kind of activities that involved. So the interview was just an interaction, normal thing. It was a, I think, 30-40 minute interview as far as I recall.
Got it. And when are you planning to join the program?
Yeah, so they have offered admission for the year of 2024. And ISB allows you to defer or delay your MBA by a year. So you can also join in 25 if you wish to. But as of now, I do not plan to defer it. So I will be entering ISB in, I think, May or June 2024.
Okay. And since you have a lot of time, is there any specific thing that you are planning to achieve or do before you join the program?
Yes. So ISB is a YLP specifically is a deferred MBA program, and one of the key features of this is that it allows you to explore various fields before you enter your MBA, so that you know, okay, this I like this field, I don't like this field. That's what it allows you to do without having the stress of applying to an MBA program and going through the process, all of it. So what my goal is for the next say couple of years, I would like to explore my profile more. Try different kinds of things in terms of learning, be it finance, be it presenting skills, be it soft skills, other soft skills. So I want to pick up such skills. The principal reason being that ISB as an MBA school houses a lot of professionals with experience as its students. The average work ex is around 4.7 years. So when I go into that kind of an environment to resonate with them, to correlate with them, I need to add some meat to my profile. So I aim to achieve all of it through things like this. Yes, I am working currently. That will also add to my profile. Along with it, some social work, some some courses, some basic knowledge about various kinds of sectors. So I think I'm looking to add that to my persona as of now.
All right. And do you have any tips or advice for students who are aspiring to get into YLP?
Yes. So there are primarily two kinds of things which you can, which you look at when you apply to YLP. One is which you've already done till your 10th standard, 12th standard or graduation. The other thing is in your control, the GMAT score, the essays and kinds of those things. The uncontrollable part of it, we can leave it aside. The controllable part of it, my only advice would be to start early. That is the main thing, because especially for something like stage 2, where you have like 4 months or 5 months, within that, you have to submit a GMAT score. You have to write one essay. You have to get a professional evaluation from your referrer. All of that takes time, right? So if you start early, if you're starting very early, that gives you an edge over the others. So I think that's what helped me personally too, because I had like 4 months dedicated for my GMAT prep. And after that, I worked on my essays and all of it. So I think starting early is the key, because it gives you that mental peace also. Okay, because when you do things in haste, you make waste out of it. That's what we say. So I think that helped me a lot starting early.
That is correct. It is actually correct. Shalin, you have a score of 770 on the GMAT, which is really, really impressive. I think it's a 96, 97 percentile.
It's a 99 percentile.
99 percentile. Oh, all right. So do you have anything to say to students who are struggling with GMAT?
So yes. So I think what I have observed in general is people perceive GMAT to be a maths and English exam. Okay. While that is not true, yes, it has correlations to those subjects, but it is not a maths and English exam. It's an aptitude test after all. So we need to identify that feature early on. Because what happens is, if you are from, say, a non-engineering background, so you assume that I will not be able to tackle the quant section very well. Or if you're poor at English, you assume that I will not be able to crack the verbal section very well. So firstly, identifying that this is an aptitude test and not a math and English test is very necessary, A. The second thing is that GMAT as a test, apart from your knowledge of the various formula and everything, it tests your mental strength a lot with the adaptive format that GMAT has, right? So because it is not a generic exam, it is a specialized exam. I believe practice is the key over here. So the more practice you do, the better you will be able to perform in the test, because the GMAT is an algorithm-based test. So you need to identify how the algorithm functions. And that can only be done when you solve more questions, when you give more mocks. I think that's the key over here. So for GMAT, I always tell everybody, start as early as possible, as I mentioned earlier. And secondly, after going through the initial syllabus, start practicing. Practice, it makes you perfect in GMAT, because I believe I had solved at least 15 or 16 mocks before I went for my test on the final day, right? So that experience helps you a lot, because GMAT as an exam, a lot of people just panic between the exam, right? That should not happen. And when will that not happen? It will not happen when you have already done that test like 15, 16 times. So you are at peace when you're giving the exam. Okay, I know what to expect next. That is the key thing. So GMAT tests your mental strength and your how panic you become. So I think that was what that's what my advice would be to any GMAT aspirant.
Got it. I'm just curious right now, and I'm sure you get this a lot. You have a brilliant score. And I know that ISB is a top B school, but why aren't you planning to apply somewhere else?
Okay. Okay, I saw that coming. But yeah, so I'll just tell you, a lot of people call me crazy because of this. So say I have a very good score. I could apply to a lot of top, Ivy League schools or even the top 20 schools in the world. But like I have this thing from the start that I want to be in India. I mean, even in the future. Why I believe this is that I believe the future is in India in the next, say, a couple of decades or next 3-4 decades. What America used to be for us, like in 2000, in 1990s or in 2010s also. India is going to be that. India and China, I believe, are going to be the next world leaders. I think a lot of experts have also said that. The startup ecosystem which we are seeing in India currently, and a lot of businesses coming to India. So there is a lot of business activity going on. And I want to leverage that. I don't want to miss out on that because that is why I have not even applied to any other program. But yeah, as everybody says, you do not know what to expect from your future. So I haven't closed down any options. But yeah, I believe I want to stay in India. I mean, for my life at least. So let's see.
Yeah, that's a very interesting perspective, Shalin.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's it. This was really, really helpful. And thank you for doing this.